everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about one of the biggest travel and immigration developments affecting Nigerians in 2025. A partial ban imposed by the United States that has suddenly changed the dreams, plans and expectations of students, business travelers, families and long-term aspirants alike. The White House has suspended the entry of Nigerian nationals into the United States, not just for touristry, but for many major visa categories, including business, tourism, student, and exchange visas. This is a significant shift that has left many asking, what exactly changed? Why did this happen? Who is affected? And what can Nigerians do next? Let's break this down in simple fact-based terms. What the ban actually says. The US issued a presidential proclamation in December 2025 that says the entry into the United States of nationals of Nigeria as immigrants and as non-immigrants on B1, B2, F, M, and J visa is hereby suspended, meaning immigrant visas, those that led to permanent residency, green cards, are suspended. Non-immigrant visas, including B1 for business, B2 tourism, F for student, and M for vocational studies, and J for exchange visitors, are also suspended for Nigerian nationals. US consular officers have also been instructed to reduce the validity of other non-immigrant visas like work or family visit visas to the shortest duration permitted by law. This is not a total ban like what you may remember from previous US policy changes. It's a partial restriction on specific visa type tied to security and vetting concerns. What's different now compared to before? Before this announcement, Nigerians could apply for immigrant and non-immigrant visas as usual. Non-immigrant visas like B1, B2, and F visas were often multiple entry and valid for years. Students could get visas that allow them to pursue long-term studies without repeated applications. But now, entry on those same visas is suspended. Visa issuance in those categories is no longer being processed for Nigerians under the new proclamation. Then the US has, designated Nigeria as a country with deficiencies in screening, vetting, and information sharing that could pose national security risk. This is a major shift that affects new applications and approvals going forward, not visas already issued and used before the ban took effect. Those remain valid but must be used within existing terms. Why the US says this happened? The official reasons given in the proclamation and accompanying US government statements include 1. Security and vetting issues. The US cited difficulty verifying security and identity data from certain parts of Nigeria due to ongoing militant activity and weak institutional capacity to share reliable information. The second thing is visa overstay rates. According to US government data referenced in the ban, Nigeria's overstay rate of tourist, business visas, and student exchange visas are higher than acceptable thresholds. Then the third is national security and public safety. US officials framed the travel ban within broader concerns about threats to national security, public safety, and proper documentation standards. It's important to note that critics argue the policy blends security concerns with broader immigration tightening that also affect many other countries, especially across Africa. So who is affected and who is not? This is where the details matter. Affected prospective travelers applying for new immigrant visas, like the green card part, students applying for new F visas, tourist and business travelers applying for B1, B2, or combined B1, B2 visas. exchange visitors, and interns seeking J visas. The people not affected are Nigerians already holding valid visas issued before the proclamation, who should check specific terms. US lawful permanent residents, that's the green card holders returning home, then the diplomat, official visitors, some special cases, and those with case by case waivers. So, yes, not every Nigerian is fully banned from the US, but for most people planning to obtain a visa right now, the options are extremely limited or paused. So, why this matter for students and families? Many Nigerians travel to the US for education, culture, family, career opportunities. But now, students who plan to enroll in US universities or colleges may see their visas delayed or suspended. For exchange programs and internship involving US placement are uncertain. Families hoping to visit relatives or attend weddings, graduations, or reunion may be put on hold. Some Nigerians had already been, feeling the impact of earlier 2025 visa policy changes, such as the shift to single entry 3 months visas instead of long-term multiple entry ones. Now, the travel suspension adds another layer of complexity. So, how Nigerians and experts are reacting. Nigeria's government has publicly urged the US to reconsider the policy, calling it heavy-handed and harmful to bilateral cooperation, especially in education, business, and security partnerships. Meanwhile, analysts say this move could, prompt negotiations between Abuja and Washington, pressure Nigeria to improve infrastructure for security screening and data sharing, then potentially affect diplomatic relations if not addressed constructively. Some Nigerians online argue the ban is unfairly broad or politically motivated. Others insist it's a wake-up call for better visa compliance and governance. Both sides have valid points, but the reality is this policy changes the immigration landscape significantly. So let's take a look at the bigger picture. US immigration policy trend. This travel restriction on Nigerians is part of a broader trend under the current US administration to tighten entry criteria and beef up security checks globally. Similar partial restrictions have been placed on multiple African and Caribbean nations. At the same time, critics say these measures disproportionately impact non-white developing countries and can strain diplomatic ties. Supporters say they are necessary to protect national safety and ensure robust vetting. Whether you agree with the approach or not, this is not a minor policy update. It's a structural shift in how the US treats certain foreign nationals, including Nigerians. So, what can affected Nigerians do now? If you are planning travel or future application, make sure to check current visa status. If you already hold a valid visa, read the terms carefully. Some visas remain valid. Another thing you can do is monitor official channels, stay updated with the US Embassy in Abuja or the US Department of State visa announcements. Policies can be revised or clarified. Also, stay informed about waivers in limited cases. Individuals may, request case by case waivers or qualify under specific exemptions. Advocate through proper channels. Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and relevant lawmakers are engaging US counterparts. Public pressure and diplomatic dialogue matter. So, on a final thought, this partial travel ban is not just a headline, it's a real world change with real impacts on Nigerians' ability to travel, study, work, and reunite with loved ones in the United States. It raises questions about how countries decide who gets entry, how security concerns intersect with mobility rights, and how nations can work together without closing doors completely. For millions of Nigerians with plans tied to the US, life just got more complicated. but not entirely impossible. Understanding the facts, the policy text, and the reason behind a decision, that's the first step towards navigating what comes next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.